And let's talk about the boundaries when it comes to freaking famous people. You see how, like, that's how that had to end? Because you gave her no boundaries. You gave her no option. It's sad. It's so hard to explain. There's just some people that just don't. They're not going to get it. They won't understand what I'm saying. They'll just be like, get on medication, shut up. Fix it and shut up. Another reason why I didn't want to talk about Gabbie is because Gabbie has been on my channel before. I used to do reactions to Gabbie's music. She commented. She was super sweet. She even thanked me for making the video. I mean, what is going on? Like, why is she talking like that? I didn't know where it was going.
It's 48 hours alone. Now, this has caused a lot of concern, and I want to give a trigger warning because a lot of people are concerned for her safety. That being said, a follower of hers went to her home and she let him in.
You see that? No boundaries. No boundaries. But you want to now look like you're the hero.
Bipolar disorder, you guys should know how I'm going to feel about this.
Girl.
100% he violated her privacy, in my opinion. The first thing is,
in my opinion, same.
So if you don't have the juice, you can't capitalize.
Fill the room with the juice. That's a lot of loot. That bit fire. Yeah, she kinda.
Welcome back to the channel. I was actually going to film this video yesterday, but I didn't. Because I couldn't go to sleep. Like, I was just up and it was so irritating. Like, I even went to the gym at like 1:30 in the morning because I'm just like, why am I up like tomorrow's Christmas? You know what I mean? Like, it was very much that energy. Like, I'm like, why am I up? Like, I don't understand why I was up. Anyways, besides the point. So I'm scrolling on TikTok. I'm in my bed, whatever, waiting for my video to upload. And I come across, of course, Aunt Karen, because I follow Aunt Karen. She follows me. So I'm just like, wait, what happened with Gabbie Hanna? And immediately I was like, oh, I'm going to probably have to make a video about this because I saw the comments were like 12 hours ago, 5 hours ago, 6 hours ago. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is recent. Like, this just happened. So anyways, I am contemplating the entire time I am watching this said story, right? And I had to watch it in 3 different ways. First way, obviously complete outside perspective, first time, new reaction, new video, whatever you want to call it, right? Just fresh eyes, like, okay, this is the story, listening, da 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 da. Then I watched it again, and I was watching it from the perspective of an external person, but doesn't have a mental illness, right? So they're just probably just like,
okay, so like, she had an episode like, oh, that's scary. Like, yeah, definitely. Like, we need to get her in check. Like, what's up?
Like, blah, 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 right? Then I had to watch it from the perspective of somebody that's internal, that also has a mental illness, and then kind of putting myself like in Gabbie Hanna's shoes to where I was like, if this were to happen to me, which unfortunately a situation like this has happened to me, but not necessarily that person physically coming into my home. But I thought about that situation, and I thought about how long it took me to like heal from that situation. And you go through so many stages, and that's why I was so hesitant on wanting to talk about this video. Because one, I was like, well, maybe we should just like watch it together, right? It's like 3 minutes long, the TikTok at least, and then we can talk about it. And then I realized that even that just comes off very, very inauthentic. And for me, it's because, again, I sympathize with what was going on in the situation when I watched it the 3rd time. And I thought about, again, the stages I went through when that happened. And let me just say this. There might be a day where Gabbie Hanna publicly thanks him and says, you know, thank you for being this pivotal moment for me. If this didn't happen, I wouldn't be, you know, where I am today, or over whatever situation it was, or healing whatever trauma it could be, whatever it is, right? And I don't think the whole idea of like stepping into someone's manic episode is necessarily, I don't know, I personally, I just feel like it's very delicate, and you have to do it in a way that's just like not so much energy, if that makes sense. Like, it needs to be like baby steps, because we are already like looking at things like so quickly in a manic episode that it's like, I already know what's going on, you know what I mean? And obviously that's clearly, you know, the kind of energy that she was upholding. But when I think about the situation of somebody literally overstepping their boundaries to come into my mental health state and what they think is best for me, that's where I very much align with Gabbie. And it's, and you know, another reason why I didn't want to talk about Gabbie is because Gabbie has been on my channel before. I used to do reactions to Gabbie's music. She commented. She was super sweet. She even thanked me for making the video. I mean, I really can't really say too many bad words unless I'm, again, thinking of the external, seeing how she's acted throughout the years, and then we can have that correlation. But when I'm just completely separating myself and I'm just thinking of, okay, just empty vessel, mental illness, you know, being thrown in a situation she wasn't even expecting was a situation. And another thing is the clip, like the part in the TikTok where Gabbie, you know, tells him like, oh, you lied to me, like, you know, get the F out of my house, like, get out of my house. That part, I bonded with that part so deeply, because there's like levels to anger within this disorder that it's just, you know, you pick your poison, right? You flip a coin, because you know that there's like different, like, I don't know how to explain it, but anyways, it's really not funny. But when she did that, I was like, okay, is she really angry, or, you know, is this for show? Is this like, you know, a performative move? Because again, I don't want to say it's displaced anger. I don't want to say that. I think it's just anger and power that can be in different levels depending on the situation. And sometimes that level can get to a point where you're not even measuring it anymore. And then sometimes that level is just not even there, where you're just completely shut off and you're not even like fighting the argument. You're just like, get out of my house. You know, and there's like not really that much like emotion to it. It's just such a complicated disorder. But anyways, I personally think I don't even understand why people, okay, how do I say this? Having a manic episode is different for everybody, right? It's different for everybody. And I know Gabbie is one of those people. I don't even need to meet the girl to know. She's one of those people who she could be fallen into a hypomanic state or a manic state and love it and want to create and be creative and not have people be like, oh my God, I'm crazy, da 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 da. When she doesn't need you to tell her that, she already fully knows, right? You know, and not necessarily like crazy, like, oh my God, you know, not like that, but like, she knows she's unique. She knows she has something that you wish you actually could, to be quite frankly, show the world, right? And again, not to be mean, but Einstein was called insane for so long for so many different reasons, right? Because again, these people, they think differently. They're just in a different state of mind. And I think when you think about it on the spiritual aspect, it kind of changes the way you would think about it in the she needs to be in a straitjacket aspect, right? I mean, and that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. There are other people that definitely will not see it that way. But I think everyone has their journey when it comes to mental illness, whether it's anxiety, whether it's panic attacks, whether it's bipolar 1, bipolar 2, depression, seasonal depression, postpartum depression. I mean, I don't care what it is, but like everyone has their journey. And like, I think there's always like a lesson you can learn out of it that you're just like, damn, okay, I need to revamp that, right? So now maybe, and again, I'm not a psychic, at least I don't think I am. But I'm seeing Gabbie at some point, maybe looking at this period and realizing like, okay, so when I'm feeling these energies or I'm feeling creative and I'm in this like very like go mode, I can't necessarily share that to the public like I used to be able to. Now people are so cautious and so aware of like mental illness and symptoms and all of this stuff that, you know, everyone's wanting to be like, you know, like, oh, I went to the gym today, I ate this today, look at my salad. Like everybody's very because they don't want people to be like,
oh, okay, like so-and-so's like sad over there,
you know. And then if something happens, it's like,
oh well, I saw something but I didn't say something.
And then before you know it, it's a story. Then we have GoFundMe's going, and you know, people are just a little bit more cautious, or not even cautious, conscience, right? They have a conscience about it, to where, you know, they analyze it now. They're like, okay, is that person having a manic episode? Is that person like, how is this person acting? You know, are they level set? Are they not level set right now? Like, I can't really tell. And like, you know, people are just very much like vigilant. So this might be a lesson for her, to where she's like, oh wow, like now I'm gonna have all this like momentum built up within these periods of creativity, and then I can release it out into the world and see what happens when I'm in my lower state. Oh, maybe I am psychic. I literally never sneeze. Like, whoa, that was weird. Okay, but yeah, we'll go back to this video and see, you know, what the outcome is. But I think the whole need for everyone to hop on the manic episode train and you know, feel that she needs to be like in a unit and stuff. I don't know. I just feel like you got to be close to somebody. You got to know them. You got to know them, because to the closest people, a manic episode could look like their personality easily. So it's like, you also have to identify when you're in these moments of mania. And I think if you can like actually like look at yourself and be like, yeah, like I definitely feel a little, you know, hypomanic right now. And you can express that to either your therapist or, you know, to even to yourself, right? Because some people will literally sit there and be like,
I'm fine right now. Fully fine. Like, I don't understand why anyone is thinking anything that this is who I am.
Right? And that may be, right? That may be, but, you know, when that lower period comes, then, you know, it's the whole cycle again, right? It's the whole cycle again. And even with medication, you're still gonna go through some cycles. So it's just, I don't know, I feel like you gotta have boundaries. And let's talk about the boundaries when it comes to freaking famous people. Because this is the thing. You don't have any respect for her at all whatsoever. And let me explain to you why you don't have any respect for her. And not even just Gabbie, but like the people that people worship, right? So attractive people on TikTok, people that stream on Twitch, TikTok baddies, right? Instagram girls with the best bodies that you ever seen. You're just like, oh my God, like my husband would leave me for her in a heartbeat, right? All of these people with their like badges and their partnerships and their PRs and all of that stuff, right? You really can never put that person on a pedestal, especially in person. And the reason that you really shouldn't do that is because it shows that you don't respect them. And let me explain. People, and not to say like, I get it, right? You see like, I don't even know. I almost said the Queen, and then Kim Kardashian came to my head. I don't know. Maybe you're a Kim Kardashian friend. I don't know. And then you see Kim, and you're just like, oh my God, like you're crying. You're literally like, like you're hyperventilating. Like all of this, like all of this is like happening because you're just literally like obsessed with that person. Some people can see that as respect, but in reality, it's not. And let me explain why that is. You don't have any boundaries. So you're not giving that person a boundary of separating them from who they actually are, a human being that, you know, came out of someone's vagina and then they grew up and then they started doing like all this really cool stuff, right? And then you have what their external is to their human, right? So they're human. So think Kylie. Kylie's just like a human, like,
Yeah, I was born in the Kardashian family. Like, oh my God.
but now like she has all this attachment to her. It's like Travis Scott. She got billions of dollars. There's this, there's that. She has kids. Like, look at her home. She has homes. There's a jet, right? You start thinking of all these external things. And so then that boundary is not there. Like, you're literally, like, you're passing past that boundary. Like, anyways, you're amazing. You're everything. And you can't have respect for somebody without boundaries. Are y'all hearing me? Is this making sense? Is this making sense? And so I feel like, I don't want to say it's the fans' fault. I don't want to say like having fans is a problem, but I think that the culture of having fans absolutely needs to be rectified, especially in this day and time where you can literally, like somebody could be watching me right now as I'm making this video. Right now, I don't know. I personally don't care, but you know what I'm saying? So it's like, we're in a time where people can literally just, you know, like, oh my gosh, this is so-and-so's house. Like, oh my gosh, like, I'm gonna walk into this, you know what I mean? And it's just like, it's kind of creepy. It's kind of creepy. It's kind of scary. It's very much like, girl, what are you thinking? Why would you allow someone to come in your house and use the bathroom anyway? Especially with this monkeypox going around. Girl, I don't know what you were thinking. And again, like, you were probably being nice and, you know, like, again, that's why people are like, oh, like, we need to step in because clearly something's wrong if she's just letting people into her home, right? And gotta know somebody, right? You gotta know who they are. But this person went and recorded their home, and it's just, I'm thinking of if it was me. And let's change the scenario. Let's say it was somebody who saw me on a dating app and then they were like, oh, I'm gonna like act like I don't know who this person is. And in reality, like I know exactly who they are. I'm gonna like plot and, you know, act like, you know, I have no idea what's going on and whatever, right? like, so many people can do that, right? And they can just lie and act like, no, I have no clue who you are at all whatsoever. And that is terrifying, because then they can be, you know, thinking of things that they want to take from you that you don't even realize that they know that you even know about. You know what I mean? So it's just like, at the end of the day, putting people on this pedestal to where, you know, you feel like you're part of their lives, right? And you're not. Just because you buy the Kylie lip kit does not mean that, you know, you're her bestie. You know what I mean? That, like, that's where these weird situations happen. Like when that one stalker dude wouldn't leave Kendall Jenner alone, and she had to keep moving and getting like a new freaking place. I don't even know. And she was like having nightmares and panic attacks. And it's just like, again, y'all, I get it. They're famous. They have the money for security. All the excuses that you can say. But at the same time, you have no respect for other humans. And that's how we land here. You have no respect. Point blank, period. Whether you're mentally ill, famous, not famous, young, old, I really don't care. You have no respect. It's very simple. I don't know how to explain it. It's literally the phenomenons of humanity that I just love to look at. So anyways, that entire piece was really for everybody that's already seen the TikTok, which I'm assuming you already have. So let's go ahead and end this video by watching the video, because let's just stop at a couple parts that I'm just like, Lord, why is this happening?
This is an emergency situation, and so many people have been asking me to speak on this, so let's begin. If you don't know, this is Gabbie Hanna, and she is known for her vines, her music, and so much more on this app. If you go to her page, you'll see that she's posted nearly 120 videos in the last...
When this first happened, I was like right at this part, when I first watched it, I was like, what is going on? Like, why is she talking like that? I didn't know where it was going.
48 hours alone. Now, this has caused a lot of concern, and I want to give a trigger warning because a lot of people are concerned for her safety. That being said, a follower of hers went to her home and she let him in. This is...
You see that? No boundaries. No boundaries. But you want to now look like you're the hero.
Like, oh no, well, you know, I understand that I recorded, but, you know, I was actually, you know, really just wanting to be there, you know, to make sure everything went well.
You have no boundaries, which lets us know you have no respect. That's what that is. That is the fan behavior that so many of y'all idolize. Y'all love seeing people just, oh my God, so-and-so got Drake tattooed on their leg. Like, what? Like, oh my God, you know, like, it's just low energy, unfortunately. And the ones that know, like the ones that literally have followings, the ones that are famous, the ones that have a staple when they walk around, like people know who they are when they walk in a room, you know, people like that, they fully know what that energy feels like. And they'll play it to their advantage every single time. So don't think that they are like, oh my God, you're so nice. Like, oh no, thank you. You know, I did my best in that movie. Blah, blah. Like, they have said that probably a million times to so many different people. You have no freaking idea. So when they come across people who actually want to get to know who they are external from anything that they have attached to them, it's like, oh my God, someone actually wants to like get to know me and not my titles as a CEO, as a VP, as, you know, whatever partner it could be. Like, I don't care what platform, I don't care what industry. It shows that, like, you respect other human beings. I just don't understand how that's not clear here.
What happened?
Oh, hi. Can you use your bathroom? Yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you. Hey, that's fine. Oh, what's your name? All right, everybody, I'm literally inside of the house right now.
Pause. So the second this video starts, it looks like he's like using his hand as a mic. Does it not? And the reason that I noticed this is because why? Why? First of all, are you doing it like, oh my God, I'm in Gabbie Hanna's house? Like, what the heck? Or are you doing it like, okay guys, so I am in Gabbie Hanna's house. Like, what is that actual hand doing at a subconscious level? Explain to me.
Allegedly, as he gets there,
and the way the music is just blasting through that house, girl. You can't even have your manic episode in peace. I'm sorry. I've been there. Just can't even hear nothing. I just need the music playing as loud as it can go. But for you to really go around and just like show, I wish somebody would come up in my house and show everything. Oh, I wish somebody would. I absolutely would. Oh, I'm coming for your neck.
He starts filming her home. Now, this is causing a lot of concern for people because not only did he enter the home under false pretense because people believe he did not fully state that he knew who she was, he then begins to show video of her home. Eventually, Gabbie realizes he lied about knowing who she was, and she got upset.
Why did you lie to me? That's for my acne, dumb c***. Get the fuck out of my house, now!
That switch up. Oh, I have been there. It makes people so scared. They're like, you were just being so nice to me. The second that flag is waved, oh, baby, we're a master of detachment over here.
Things, and she was even telling me when I was there that she was hearing voices coming, like talking to her, telling her things.
It's like you just gotta be so careful who you talk to. That's another lesson, Gabbie. You gotta be so, and I'm just saying this if this is real. I'm saying this if this is real. If it wasn't staged, I'm saying this if you actually did tell this person. You really gotta be careful because listen, you guys, like, and I don't even know if I want to say this on this video. I'm probably not going to. I just don't feel like talking about my mental illness right now. But like, I've done videos on it, and you have to be so careful who you tell. Like, oh, I had an anxiety attack, or I had a panic attack, or whatever it is. Like, some people are just not gonna get that. They're gonna see it as just weakness automatically. And another thing is like, for example, she's saying like she's hearing voices and like, okay, so I have a friend that sees angel numbers to the point to where, I'm not gonna lie, even I get scared. Like taking pictures, like it could be like, you know, I went to 3 different spots and I saw 999 at the post office, at Walmart, at Trader Joe's, like whatever it is, right? And she'll take pictures of it and like show me and be like, look at what is happening in this, what is happening, you know? And it's happened to me at some times, right? But this is, again, something that mostly spiritual people understand, where they're like, oh yeah, I have been seeing like 1111 a lot. Like, I don't know what the heck it's about, but I'm just going to ignore it and continue doing my life because I want to live in the Matrix or whatever the heck they're living, right? But if I were to go to a psychiatric doctor and say, oh yeah, so I have been seeing 555 everywhere. And I think somebody's telling me something. Do you hear the way I sound? It's very much like she was hearing voices and like I got scared because like I know she can't hear voices and we know that together. And then before you know it, you're not the victim. You're the crazy person that needs to be locked up. It happens so quickly with humans and it's actually very scary. And like that is why when I am like high vibrational, I do not like posting on social media. I don't even like to be on social media sometimes. Like there are points in my life where I'm just like, I can't even entertain this because the downloads that I'm getting are so above the 3D realm that I'm in that it just doesn't make sense for me to like even engage, right? But again, these are things that I've learned over time. So like this is just a pivotal moment for Gabbie to understand and learn and see how the world really is. I mean, let's be honest, because I mean, I have been in hospitals, obviously, where I've met people with my disorder, but on another spectrum, right? So maybe it's bipolar too. And I am like blown away, flabbergasted by their like intellect and quick-wittedness and creativeness. And it blows me. I'm just like, what the heck? And then, you know, a nurse will be like, oh, they're having a manic episode right now. It'll die out in like a couple hours because they've already like, you know, checked their entire cycles. And I would just be like, wait, what? Their manic episodes are that quick and fast? And she was like, yeah, completely different spectrum than you. I'm like, what the heck? Like, I couldn't even imagine like manic episode for 15 minutes and then mixed episode and then depression for 10 minutes and then you're back to like that. And that's what it was. That's what it was like. And it blew my mind. It actually blew my mind. But at the same time, you know, when he was in those higher vibrational states, I would just be thinking like, oh my God, this guy's a genius. Like, it's scaring me. Like, he's a genius, right? Where there's another vibration that's very much like,
And like she was saying that like she was getting these downloads, and there was like there was voices in her head, and like I knew it was a full-blown manic attack, and I had to do something about it, and
Where somebody else could be seeing it like in a more spiritual manner. Literally, get this book, The Myth of Mental Illness. This has literally changed so much of my thinking when it comes to mental illness. Gabbie, go get this book. And it's actually scary if you really dive deep into it. But again, depending on where you are, right? Are you in the matrix? Or are you a little bit higher? You know what I'm saying. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. But anyways.
There was no coincidences and all these things like that, so I knew what kind of psychosis that she was going through.
Not the psychosis word. Yikes. Literally, it's so interesting because you have people that are like psychosis, and then there's some people that are like spiritual awakening. It is interesting. Like if you really dive deep on like both areas of like mental illness, like the holistic route of fixing it, and then like the medical, it's so fascinating.
All the comments saying somebody needs to help her, somebody needs to do something, and I noticed that nobody was, so I thought I would go and do something. And I decided to film it because I thought it would be interesting. Because
and why did you think it was going to be interesting? It's only going to be interesting because it's connected to you. Because if it wasn't connected to you, it wouldn't be interesting. It would just be like a video that's in your phone that you would just like tell your closest friends, like, yeah, I hung out with Gabbie Hanna. Like, I have tons of stories with like random famous people that they're just in my phone. Like, yeah, this is what happened with this person. Like, yeah, they're pretty cool, whatever. But to blast it and show their home and like this is where they're at, and like I just don't respect people like that. Point blank. Period.
Why would I not? These are the same people that get mad at TikTok people for giving $1,000 to a homeless person, but they filmed it.
Y'all don't care. That's the thing. This is all ego. Because listen, if you actually cared, there would be no video. Nobody would even know y'all met at all. You wouldn't be live at all. You wouldn't be live. You just wouldn't be. You would be at the hospital or doing something else. Getting to know her, whatever, right? This is all from ego, and it's so blatantly obvious.
Who has suffered from depression and bipolar disorder, you guys should know how I'm going to feel about this.
Girl.
100% he violated her privacy, in my opinion. The first thing is,
in my opinion,
don't go to someone's home under false pretense, and then once you're inside, start to film her. Not only did you film her, but you filmed her house, her animals. That is a total violation.
And that is why you'll never see me sending no nudes, sending no videos. Like, you'll never ever see it, because humans are ruthless and they're terrible. They're terrible people.
There's no need to record. It has been
Absolutely
confirmed that
no
Gabbie
need.
has been taken with EMS for a psychiatric evaluation.
You see how like that's how that had to end? Because you gave her no boundaries. You gave her no option. It's sad.
As always, I need your guys' opinion because I feel like he took advantage of her. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and also...
Yeah, well, there was my opinion. 30 minutes longer than I wanted. I really wanted this video to be like 10 minutes long, but at the same time, it's been a while since we've done, a mental illness video anyway. But yeah, y'all, I have a dermatologist appointment if you're wondering why I have not put anything on my freaking face, or at least like a mask or something. Because I have a dermatologist appointment in like an hour or something like that. And clearly, if you don't already know, I take my skin very, very seriously. Okay, I'm out of here. This video was draining. I think because it's so hard to explain. There's just some people that just don't. They're not gonna get it. They won't understand what I'm saying. They'll just be like, get on a medication, shut up. Fix it and shut up, right? Like they don't think on the deeper aspect. At least that's just what I've come to realize when it comes to those with mental illnesses, especially the ones that can hide them. Oh, those people are amazing. Let me tell you, I know a few, and it's crazy. I'm like, how are you hiding? How are you hiding this? They're so good at it. I'm like, wow. Oh my God. Wow. And like they just don't want anyone to know. They're just like, nah, I don't want nobody to know I have that. I'm good. I don't want to be as open as you. No, I'm fine. And I'm just like, You were literally crazy. And no one knows. I can't. Anyways, I will see y'all in my next one. I am gonna go, I don't know, edit and then go to my dermatologist appointment. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to edit this. This video was way longer than I expected, but y'all been asking for longer videos, so hopefully I am delivering that, because I don't know. People love hearing me talk sometimes. Anyways. Sucks, bro. You just, no boundaries, no respect. Humans are just, they're awful, man. It sucks.
Pulling out the coupe in the lot, 12 for a squat, all the bells out the box, hit the lick with the